Well, I hope you can see there. Stay there. Let's see if I can fit you in here better. Can you see? I can't tell. I should be able to. Maybe. I don't know, but I'm on this bolt. Okay. Now we gotta get to the one behind it. And I can't see. Way back there. Okay, that's the one we were trying the other day. It's the one I was just showing you is loose already. But where we at? Can't see. Nothing. Okay. Right up there. Which I'm not even close to it. So I gotta grab an extension. And then I got a couple more up front. And then this pan can come out. Well, it's really short, actually. Yeah, look at that. Only goes to there. Alright. I'll push it back down. We'll see afterwards. Well, that last bolt so I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Right there. And the only way to get to it is from the front here. And I'm going to be in the way of the camera because the oil filter's in the way from down below, plus the pumpkin and its cover. And I also want to check out whatever's leaking all over the front here, which is probably that front. And like that. And then we got this thing in the way. Big old piece of rubber. It's supposed to go up there somehow. Even the wire over here is coated. Let's see. You see it there? This one here. Well, that's probably power steering. Some kind of cooling line or something going to the radiator. Anyway, that should be up in there. For some reason it's way down here. It ain't on all the way. It's got to come all the way to this line. Here. About another 1/4 inch, but I'll take something to fix that later. Right now I gotta try to see if I can get that last bolt out of the pan. I'll be back. Well, I think I found out what part of the problem was. All this oil leaking around here. The oil filter, just spinning out by hand, wasn't even tight at all, and dripping all over the front of the engine. Oh, now all over me. I'll be back. Alright. Derek, you're not supposed to be cleaning one. Okay. Well, we're getting that last screw out. And there it is. None of them squished in here like that. Okay. Well, I can get you out of the way. It should be that last bolt right in there. So hopefully that's all of them. I got one bolt in the back that's loose, but I left it in there to hold the pan up for a while. I'll be back. Well, let's see if it'll come down. Negatory. Alright, we're gonna have to shove something in it. Be right back. Alright, that doesn't take long. Go easy. It's moving. Something up front still. I don't think I missed a bolt. Because it moved. There it goes. There. Now, can you come out? Or do I have to just clean you there? No, she ain't gonna come low enough. Just have to clean it where it's at. This could be fun. But let's take a look inside while we're at it. I say it looks pretty clean. Not too shabby. Got lots of RTV to clean off though. Yay. And that's all the gasket there is, that little orange strip right there. 'Cause that's all they sent me. So the rest of it's all RTV. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, here's where we're at. We still got a film on there, but I got all the big crusties off. The block, it's gonna need a scrubbing. And then I can dig down in there with my hands, and that looks a little nasty, but brake cleaner will clean all that out. This side the same. Bunch of crusties on there, but we'll just get in there with a scrub brush and a bunch of brake clean. Get all that old goop out of there. I haven't even looked at the front yet, so. But here's what I got out of it so far. There's that old gasket. It broke on me, so it was old. All right. Well, we've been cleaning on this thing for a couple of days now. But way back there in the corner, it's still got a little silicone in one of them little grooves like this. This little groove right here. One of there. This side's pretty good. Been wiping out the pan. Haven't hit it with brake cleaner yet. But it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been here about 4 hours, 5 hours. Yeah, I work at night on my normal job, so I come here at night, and then that way I avoid the 100-degree heat days and get to sleep in the air conditioning. Still a little black in there, but that's just oil. That's not debris. Here's all the debris I pulled out of there. That's just out of the pan. And letting it drip in the oil pan. That's what I scraped off of it from before. And I'll see you when I get everything cleaned up really, really good. Okay. Light taps to get her started. And we got a board up here to protect it. And then the big hammer. How we doing? We're going crooked. That ain't good. Come on. I need you to straighten out there, bub. Be right back. Alrighty. We got her straightened out. I think my wood's gonna last. It's kind of splitting. Almost there. My wood's kind of giving up on me. Didn't mean to. And she's flush. And I got the oil pan all cleaned out. I just gotta go to the other side and glue it up, and then come back here and glue it up. And I'll see you in a little bit. Come on. way up there. Yeah. Be right back. Well, I've got the two longer ones for the very back here. And then I got a pair go across each side until I get to the front, and then I'm missing that one that should be long like these. So I'm gonna have to wait till Monday, see if I can get another bolt, or maybe I can go up to Ace Hardware tomorrow. I think I'll try Ace Hardware, but I do have, I can find them right here. The exhaust bolts. So they are definitely not push through. The reason I thought they were is because of that little hump right there on those. It makes it look like it's all attached, and then that looks like it's attached to the cast, or splined in like a wheel lug. But they're not. They're screwed in. So I lubed them up. I'm going to heat them up, lube them up, heat them up, lube them up, heat them up, lube them up, heat them up, until I can get them out of there, and then I can put these in. Other than that, let me get rid of my cord here. Got the flywheel turned. Got the new clutches ready. I gotta clean off that pan. I got a lot of that all cleaned up under there. I ain't rolling around in the dust no more. And we should be able to get a lot done tomorrow, if I can get that bolt. Alright, see you tomorrow. Okay, this is the sealant we're using on the oil pan. It came with the gasket there, along with that little white ring there by the hammer that goes to the oil plug for the drain pan. And I'm gonna have to squeeze all the way up in there and put it on by hand, and then I'll have to crawl the other side and get the back side from there, and then put it up there, get the bolts kind of hand tight, just barely hand snug, let it sit for about an hour, and then I can tighten them up. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, let's put this couple of screws in. Oh, this one must be that one that's, oh yeah, sure. Just getting a couple in each side. I only went through one packet of that silicone. It don't need 10 tons. You get too much in there and then it comes out in the oil pan and it clogs up your oil pump, your oil filter. Alright. Those are in tight. We get some in the front. Alright, all the bolts are in hand tight. Now we just got to give it an hour. In the meantime, can we get the exhaust bolts out? Alright, see you in a little bit. Well, all the bolts are tight. The one I thought was missing in the front, evidently that's for something to bolt to the thing, because the one in the front, it doesn't come all the way up here. It's sticking down probably at least the width of my fingernail there. And it's bottoming out before it even gets into the block. So, I don't know what the deal with that one is. Something broke off in it or something. But anyway, I can put the flywheel clutch on. But the only thing I have to grip these is this. And well, as you can see, it just don't grip at all. Focus, thank you. So, let's see if I can find me a small pipe wrench or something and do that tomorrow. In the meantime, let's put the flywheel and the clutch on. And we'll find you a good spot to sit and look at it, and I'll bring everything in. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that after about the 15th try, I think I got it clocked in right. See if I can get all the bolts in, and I'll be right back. Yep, we got all the bolts in. As you can tell, always requires blood. Be right back when I get them tight. Okay, got them all tight. I'll get my knee out of the way. Now we gotta make sure it's clean as can be. I ain't gonna be able to breathe. I don't have any clean paper towels at the moment. I have clean spots. All right. Brake clean doesn't clean blood off. PB. Thanks. That doesn't do it either. Now we gotta find another clean spot in the rag and ain't got no PB in it. Right. Now we can put the clutch in. My hands are greasy. First up, you put the guide in there. Put it into, you can find the hole. There you go. Just like so. Bring the other big huge monster thing come over. Alright. And hopefully we can figure out how this goes now. Alright, here's the guide pin. And there's got to be one, I think. There's so many holes in all of this crap. How are you supposed to know which is which? Alright. The bigger holes are the bolt holes. Let's see if this lines up. Hey, helps you put the clutch in correctly. Flat side's gotta go in. Just against a thing. There we go. Stay. I gotta clean this off. Okay. Where is the guide pin? I think we're all off. At least they got. One, two, three. Okay. Whoa. Well, where are you? There, somewhere. Where have you been? It would help if I could see anything. There's my guy pin down here. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Need a bolt in there? No. There's not the guide pin no more. There. How can I get a bolt in there? Hey, it would help if you can see what's going on. Not my knee being in the way. Okay. Alright, clutch is in. Now we can leave that in there until we go to put the transmission up. And we'll pull this out. Okay, like that. And hopefully transmission will go right in there without no problem. Oh. You know what I forgot? Cotton picket flex plate. The little plate that goes behind the flywheel. Alright. See when I get that back. Alright. We got her back on there with the plate. So we got that back behind there. So it'll be there when it's supposed to be. What a mess. Alright. See you in a little bit. Well, got me some nuts to weld on there, so that way I got something I can grip them with. I tried a bigger pair of channel locks and that really sucked. Couldn't do nothing. So I was hoping that file would work, but I got something a little faster. I just got to change the battery. I'm going to shut you off because this is going to get noisy. Alright, we got the bolts in place. They're not welded in yet, but they're in there. They're on the screws. So I'm going to weld them in. And hopefully they'll come out.
It's just none of the open up and it just slides down. No, this thing will, it comes down, right? And then in order to put it up there, you have to make sure your tailgate, you know.
Well, let's see if any of them move. So far, nothing. Ugh. Yeah, that ain't getting on there right. All that crappy weld I got on there. I had to grind that off. What about this other one out there? Can you see it? Yeah, I think so. Yep. Oh, that one ain't gonna do it. This other one's a different size. It's 11/16. It's whatever bolt nut you decide to weld onto it. It might actually turn. It's either turning or I didn't get a good enough weld on it. Probably not a good enough weld. Big old goop hanging down there. Alright. Let's give them another spritz. Up in there. It's got thread sticking out the other side, so. Not sure if you can see or not. Now I gotta let that soak for a little while. I wonder, that orange cord, it's got a plastic clip holding it to the frame. And I think if I can get that out of the way, I won't have to worry about crispy critter in the insulation on that wire. But I use the torch. I don't think this is closed enough. No. Ain't too tight now. There we go. And move you a little closer here. I don't know. You can't see it because the light's in the way. Well, it's going to break that little clip. They're cheap. There it goes. Now you don't want to let go. Alright. Don't ever buy cheap vice grips. I think this was like $7 for like a 6-pack vice grips or something. And they're just so cheap they bend. They don't want to come loose. All kinds of things. Just junk. There we go. Alright. So now I can put some heat closer to that thing without worrying about this burning up. And don't need that for a little while yet. I'm going to let that soak for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back with the torch and heat it up. I'm going to heat up the cast iron. Try not to heat up the bolt. So I can heat up the cast iron. Hopefully that hole will get bigger. Get bigger. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing here. Can you see that? I got the light again. I'm going to heat up the cast iron, and then hopefully that hole will get bigger, and allow the threads to come out and let some of that rust loose out of there. I just have to be careful not to try to crispy crisp the wires here. And I'm pretty sure I'm definitely going to have to re-weld that other one on the other side. This one here, I just got to clean it up. It's got goobers on the side of it here. That ain't going to be much. Alright, I'll be back. Supervisors, making sure I can't take a break. They took all the chairs. Man, they're relentless. They just won't let a guy do nothing. Well, I went to go use the torch. Found me a hole in the oxygen line. Be right back. Evidently, it leaked down pretty fast because I just shut them off. Went and got the camera, came back out. As you see, this is still the acetylene. Doesn't seem to have a leak. Not a very slow one. It is going down here. Very slow leak. Well, we'll find them. Well, I figured out a way I could test the acetylene, see if it's leaking or not. I found the culprit. Well, I think I got that one fixed. We were about 45, and it's still creeping down. Not near as fast. Let's see, what is it though? Crack it open. Yeah, it's still creeping down. Don't see any bubbles there though. One big bubble back here. Yep. Well, keep tightening it. Alright. A tiny, tiny leak back there. It's going down ever so slowly. So, good enough for what we gotta do. There's the chunks I took out. About 2 foot long, maybe. Got them in there. They're not leaking either. So, under the truck we go. All I want to do is heat it up, so I don't want it on very much. That's extremely flammable. Glad you didn't see that. Right up there. Bunch of grease and oil and everything right there on the back of the block. It just went poof. I'll have to look upstairs and make sure there ain't nothing. I do have a fire extinguisher right here, so. Not sure how to do this one. I can heat this one up from the inside, I guess. It'll creep out there. Because unfortunately, the wires are right behind it. I don't want to burn them any more than they already are. That's the main reason I turned this torch way, way down. She's smoking pretty good, so turn her off. I gotta run out there, shut the gas off, come back and try these nuts. No, she ain't budging. This one over here, maybe. Okay, get the wrench on that one. Nothing to hold against. know y'all can see this one. Alright, it ain't budging either. Alright. I'm gonna let that gas starter cool down a bit so it don't crack when I hit it with the PBJ. And let them soak again. Just keep heating, juicing, heating, juicing, heating, juicing. And I'll see you when they do come out finally. Well, I've been fighting them and fighting them and fighting them and heating them and heating them and juicing them and juicing them and heating them and juicing them and heating them and juicing them and wrenching on them and wrenching on them. And they ain't budging. I'm beginning to think I'm going to have to cut them off and drill them out. And maybe run a tap through there to clean up the threads. But it's just about 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning or on Monday morning. And I gotta work tonight. So I gotta go do laundry. Go to bed. Guess I'll see y'all next weekend. Okay, what's going on here is the moon is pointing north and to the east and down at the horizon, which you'll see I'm going to point to right here. Right? And then over here is the west, where the sun just went down. It was about midnight. And here it is again. So, the moon does not reflect the sun, people. Do not believe what's in your textbook. And we'll see y'all next weekend.